Hi friends, welcome back to Fancy Bloom. If you are new, welcome. My name is Oksana. The holidays are almost here, so today I invite you to make together with me this Christmas centerpiece composition from Fresh Greenery for your holiday table. Right away, I must say that I'm by no means a professional florist, so maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I have made such compositions before, and trust me, there is nothing complicated at all. So today I want to share with you how I personally do it and maybe teach you some tips and tricks that I have already learned from the past. So with all that being said, let's get started. Alright, first of all you will need, of course, fresh branches. I bought my branches from Whole Foods. They sell it right now under the name Evergreen Bouquet, and it's very convenient because it's actually a set of different types of greenery. And when you make an arrangement, you want to have this variety of different textures and shades of green because it will look more interesting and lush. You can also look for branches at your local flower shop or Christmas tree market, but just in case you can't find them anywhere, then you can just go to any Christmas tree lot and pick up some clippings, which are always there in plenty. It also will be completely free for you. Now look, there were a total of 3 types of greens in my bouquets, and I know the name for only one of them. These are noble fir branches, and to be honest, I was a little upset when I found out that in each bouquet there was only one pretty small branch of this noble fir, because it's exactly this type of greens that florists mainly use for Christmas arrangements. Because this noble fir is very soft, it's fluffy, it lasts super long, and also it doesn't release that sticky resin when you're working with it. I wish these branches to be the majority in my arrangement, but I didn't find them anywhere for sale separately. Actually, I did. You can buy them at Home Depot, but they're only available online, and it showed me that the shipping time would be around 2 weeks without the express option. So order in advance if you want them. I will probably do it next year. But today I will work with what I have. And by the way, do you know the names for the other 2 types of greens that I have here? What is it? Spruce, fir? If you know, please let me know in the comments. I just sorted them by type for now, and let's prepare the base and candles. Of course, we will need wet foam, or another name is Oasis. If you just had a reasonable question why my foam is weird brown color and not green, I will explain it in a minute. Of course, we will need candles, or just one candle, or as many candles you like. If you don't want to use real candles for safety reasons, you can of course replace them with any flameless candles. Also, it doesn't have to be long and tapered candles. You can use whatever you want. I chose for myself 2 long tapered candles in this very soft, I would say, ivory color. I got my candles from Hobby Lobby, and in general, there is a very large selection of different beautiful candles, and now with a 50 or even 60% off, I don't remember exactly, you can get them for a decent price of less than $1 per candle, which I think is very nice. You will also need some kind of small dish. It can be a vase, a bowl, or a tray, pretty much anything you can find. Most importantly is that this dish is waterproof, and I just grabbed this glass bowl from the dollar store the day before. You will also need good pruners, floral wire, and floral tape. Floral tape is optional. We will need it just to secure the foam in the bowl. So if you want more security, or for example, if you're going to transport your arrangement somewhere, then it would definitely be nice to have it. And please note that you need not a regular flower tape, but exactly a waterproof tape, because regular tape will not stick and not secure anything. So be careful and don't get the wrong one. And of course, you will need any decorations that you like and you want to use. Alright, I try on my bowl first and then cut the required amount of foam I need. And here's the thing, my foam that I use here is super old. It has lain in my closet for several years, and I just recently found it and decided to use it. But for some reason its color changed from green to dark brown, but that's not the worst thing that happened. When I put it in the water, it didn't start to soak it up. It was just floated on the surface. If you have ever worked with oasis, you probably know that when you put it in the water, it very quickly absorbs it and submerges completely in less than a minute. But apparently, because it was very old, something probably changed in its structure or something, and it didn't work properly anymore. So, long story short, I've been messing around with this foam for a while and tried to soak it with water in any possible way. And finally, I even managed to do it almost completely. But the lesson is learned: don't use the old wet foam. Alright, when oasis is already wet, I cut it and fit it to my bowl and then fix it well with a floral tape. I want my candles to be at slightly different levels for a more visual interest, so I make one candle a little shorter, and then we need to securely fix them in the foam. Of course, you can use special candle holder stakes, but if you don't have it, it's actually very easy to replace them with regular wire. Just cut pieces of wire to the length you need, then heat the ends and carefully insert them into the candles. I recommend using at least 3 wires per candle to secure them firmly in place. And trust me, this fastening technique will hold your candles firmly and securely. Just make sure you use thick and sturdy wire. When the candles are ready, I carefully insert them into the foam. Perfect, our base is ready, and now let's prepare the branches. First, you need to cut off all the side branches from the main stems. It's more convenient to do this if you hold the branch with the back side towards you. Then you need to be sure to clean the bottom of all the branches from the needles. Now guys, this is really important because if you don't remove the needles and stick your branches into the foam together with them, they will simply break all the foam and you will end up with a complete mess. Trust me, you don't want this. So please take your time and thoroughly clean all the ends of the branches from the needles. Also, please note that I try to cut the branches at an angle, that is diagonally, because first of all, this way it will be easier for them to enter the foam, and secondly, they will be able to drink more water if the cut area is larger. Make sense? Then you want to sort all the branches by size. For myself, I got roughly 3 sizes: the largest and longest branches, then the medium ones, and the smallest branches and singles. Please take your time for this preparation because it will be very convenient for you to assemble your arrangement when all the branches are prepared in advance and already conveniently divided for you into different piles by size. Alright, I have everything ready, so I begin to assemble my composition, and for convenience I place it on a lazy Susan. Honestly, there is absolutely nothing complicated in this process. It's actually very easy. Just follow the shape, always rotate your arrangement and check if it's the same length on all sides and if it's equally fluffy from all the sides. Also pay your attention at what angle you stick the branches. Imagine that there is an invisible point right in the center of the base, and try to put absolutely all the branches so that they are directed to this one point. Because if you will stick branches in all the different directions, you won't get that nice and balanced shape of your arrangement. And I start building the frame of my shape first from the longest branches, then I gradually move on to medium length branches, and at the very end, that is on top of my composition, I use only the shortest branches and short singles. So like this, I got this fluffy green arrangement, and I agree, it's already beautiful as it is. If you like the simple look of only greenery, then you can definitely stop here. But I still want to add some decorations, not much, just a little bit, because I also want to enjoy all this natural beauty. I didn't buy any decor specifically for this work, so everything I use today is what I already had. For example, these glittered pine cones, they are also very old, I think. as well as my foam. Obviously, these are not real pine cones. They are made of a really cheap material that reminds me of hardened hot glue, but I think they will work here. I have in total 5 pine cones, and I will try to just evenly distribute them throughout the arrangement at different levels. And again, I will use wire, but not as thick and stiff as for candles. For reference, my floral wire which I use for decor is 22 gauge, so it's pretty thin and soft. Look, I just wrap wire around the base of the pine cone and then also make a loop at the end of the wire so that it has something to hook inside the foam. And then I just stick it into the foam the same way as I stuck all the branches. I know that some people simply glue all the decor when making such arrangements with hot glue, but to be honest, I don't really like the idea of gluing anything if there is another way to do it. First, I don't want to damage my decor because after the holidays are over, I can easily take everything out and use it again next time, and all this decor will be like brand new again. And secondly, the whole idea of gluing something to live branches, I don't know, I just don't feel like doing it. Of course, sometimes it's necessary to glue something, but if I can do it without glue, I will try to do it. Alright, in addition to pine cones, I also want to add some bubbles, and I try to pick up different sizes and different textures. I have this set of glass ornaments that I bought last year in Hobby Lobby. I love the quality of these balls and beautiful colors. So I will take 4 bubbles from here, 2 bigger ones and 2 smaller ones. Then I will take 2 small balls from another set. So like this, I have bubbles of 4 different sizes and different textures. This is very important again for visual interest, because if all your decorations will be the same size, it will not look balanced overall. The balls I attach the same way as pine cones. I just wrap the wire around the cap and make a loop at the end and then stick it into the foam just like I did my pine cones. Also make sure, guys, that you choose one side that will be the front side. I chose such a side for myself, and I start by placing my largest and most beautiful, of course in my opinion, piece of decor there first. And then I'm moving forward and placing all the balls from the largest to the smallest ones. Also, please know that it always looks better when you kind of grouping some decor items together, because you definitely don't want to evenly distribute all the decor throughout the arrangement, because it will look too boring and there will be nothing to catch the eye. Alright, I placed all the balls and it only remains to decorate it all with a beautiful festive ribbon. And this is the only thing that I actually bought especially for this centerpiece. I found this velvet red ribbon yesterday also at Hobby Lobby, and I think it will add such a beautiful and chic accent to my composition. Look, I just make a single loop. Then I tighten it with wire and then insert the wire ends to the foam. Very easy. If you want to make something like a bow with multiple loops, then just insert a few single loops next to each other. For example, here in 2 places I made 2 loops together, so it looks more like a bow, and I made just 1 single loop in another place. And this is the arrangement I came up with. I made it round shape, and I would say medium size because I have a round and pretty small dining table. But if you have a larger table, then you can make several of these arrangements or just make it bigger. You can make it a different shape, for example, a rectangular one. You can add fresh flowers. You can spray it with a snow spray if you like that frosted look. So you get the idea. Don't limit yourself and be creative as much as you want. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed making this Christmas centerpiece together with me. If yes, please give this video a thumbs up because it means a lot. And thank you so much for the love for my last year's Christmas tree video. I'm really blown away by all the feedback I got there, and I so appreciate that a lot of you subscribe to my channel. Trust me, I don't take it lightly, and now I need to figure out how to become a more serious YouTuber because I feel responsible. And by the way, if you have any suggestions on what kind of videos you would like me to make and what topics you are most interested in, please let me know in the comments. I will be very thankful to you. I think this video will be the last one for this year because very soon I'm leaving for a holiday trip. So in advance, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I love you guys. We'll see you next year. Mwah.